So now what we need to do is that we need to connect to the database. And in order to connect to the database, we need to create a file that's going to connect us to the database. So here I'm going to create a new folder and I'm going to name it server. Server. And in this file, I'm going to add any code that has any relationship with the server. Any code that connects to the server or gets data from the server or inserts data into the server is going to be here. So in this file, I'm going to create in this folder, I'm going to create a new file called config or connection. Let's say connection.php. So this connection will connect to the database. So first I'm going to add here the PHP code here. And then here, in order to connect to the database, we need to call a function called MySqli underscore connect. And this function takes 4 parameters. The first parameter is the host name. The host name is local server, localhost for because I'm currently using the localhost. The second parameter is the username. So the username, in order to get the username, you need to get to the database, and I have already explained this. So the username in your database, if you click on user accounts, you should find so many accounts. So the account that I'm going to be using, since I'm using the localhost, I'm going to be using this one, root localhost, and the password is no. There is no password, and the global privileges is all privileges. So again, the username is root and the password is nothing. So the second parameter is the username. The username is root, and the third parameter is the password. So the password is nothing. So we need to pass here nothing. We need to pass empty quotes. The last parameter is the database name. So the database name, remember the database name is PHP underscore project, this database, PHP underscore project. Therefore, I'm going to pass here PHP underscore project. And I'm going to store this in a variable called con. Con is going to be equal to this. And instead of adding semicolon at the end, I'm going to say here or die. So what this is going to do is that it's going to attempt to connect to the database. Otherwise, it's just going to kill the connection. If we couldn't connect for some reason, any code that goes below this is never going to be executed. So I'm going to say here couldn't connect to database. Pretty simple. So that's it. In order to connect to the database, we just need this line of code, and then we can use this file in any other file that needs connection to the database. Lastly, we need just to click on File and then Save All.